Hi and welcome to this video. Now what we're going to run through now is the main default settings that's within inside the WooCommerce. Now you will see when we jump into this that some of the information that we filled in on our store setup will be within inside our WooCommerce main settings, but we're just going to tweak a few things. So to do that, what we need to do is just go down here to settings. And what you will be presented with first is the general tab. Now here what you should see is the information that you entered when you set up your store settings. So you should have your address and things like that. So just what we need to do is just scroll down, and the general settings, again, these are set by default. So what we need to do, again, you've got the little icons just to give you a hand here, so you can sell to any countries or any countries except. So I'm just going to keep it as the default, sell to all countries, same as the shipping locations and the shop base address. Okay, I'm just going to leave these enable taxes selected, and here you want to select your currency. So it's defaulted as a Great British Pound, but I'm just going to set it to US dollar, so I might be able to search it there. Australian dollar, there we go, US dollar. Currency again, left or right, I'm just going to leave that set as the default, and for now I'm just going to select changes. Again, please bear in mind you can go back at any time and actually change these settings. So that's the general tab now done. Now what we're going to do is head over to the products. Now this here is important, what's the shop page. Now this sets up the base page of your shop. So what we need to do is select a page that was going to take us to the permalink to our shop. Now as you can see here, we have selected home there. We've only got the one page, which is the home page, because we've got a brand new installation. Now if I was to select the home page, then this URL or the permalink would show up at the end one as the end section as home page, which doesn't really look too good because we're on about e-learning. So what I'm going to do is just create a new page, and I'm going to call it e-learning. You might want to call it something else, but whatever it's going to be, so it'll be your www. and let's say 123.com, and then it'll be homepage. Now we want to change that, and we want that to be www.123.com/e-learning, or whatever it'll suit the needs for you. So I'm going to go and create a new page, and in order to do that, I'm just going to go over to pages. I'm going to select pages. I'm going to create a new page. I'm just going to close that. So I'm just going to give this the page title as e-learning. Again, you may want to just change it anything that you want. So I'm just going to e-learning, and then what I'm going to just then do is just publish. So once that's published, all I'm going to do is just head back to my dashboard, and as you can see there, I've now created a e-learning page. So I just want to just double check and refresh the page. Then I'm going to go back into my WooCommerce settings, back into the products. Now hopefully now what we should see is the e-learning page. So select, there we go, look brilliant. So I'm going to select that as the e-learning. So just scrolling down, what we'll have here is again, these are set to default. The Ajax add to cart button, I'm going to show you a WordPress plugin a bit later on, but I'm just going to leave that enabled. Now the placeholder image for here, it'll be the placeholder image size only if you're not going to have an image. Now for all of my store, I'm going to hold images. If you are not going to have product images, then what you then need to do is select a reasonable placeholder size image, and I'm just going to leave the dimensions and weight even though that we are having digital downloads, I'm just going to keep them the same. Scrolling down, I'm just leaving these at default, and then I'm going to select Save Changes. So once I've done that, I'm going to go over to tax. Now, remember earlier when we set the tax just to the UK, you need to set yours to your relevant country. So what we do have here is the tax settings. So again, this is where you're going to have inclusive or exclusive tax rates. Now, because we're having a download product, all of our prices we're going to keep at inclusive. That means they're included. If you're shipping out, or you may be only delivering to your own country, they may require a hard copy of your e-learning, i.e. on a disc. Then you might want to include your VAT or your tax in order to cover your costs with that. Calculated tax based on, again, you've got the little icons to hover over, but I'm just going to leave all of them at the default settings, as is the additional tax class there. And lastly, on this page, where you just need to be a little bit mindful of, is the inclusive or exclusive of tax. Now, as we mentioned earlier on, up here we are inclusive of tax. So, if you're doing digital downloads, it's always best just to do inclusive of tax, which means all taxes included. So if you notice down here, it's saying exclusive of tax. So what you need to do is just drop down the box and change that to inclusive of tax, so it matches the top there. And once you've done there, just click Save Changes. Okay, great stuff. So that'll do for this video, and when we come back, we will finish the rest of our WooCommerce settings.